Hi, welcome to Man of Steel Fan Gives Up and Facebook page on YouTube. And yes, I've had a haircut. I'm not losing my hair. I don't really like short hair, to be honest. Prefer a bit longer, this bit and stuff like that. I was a Elvis fan growing up, so I always wanted like an Elvis haircut. But anyway, I'm not here to discuss my preferences on hair. This camera's quite close. What I'm going to talk about just now, a couple of things. First of all, I've made a couple of videos on it before, and it's feminists. I really, seriously, this is going to sound stupid, but it's the way I'm feeling. I so much dislike them because for me, feminism is biased. They're also they could be biased, and I don't know, bigotry in a way. They could be, in a way, racist, communists, you name it, because it's them against the world, right? It's them against their fellow women. It's them against males. They feel that they are superior or they should have a voice and stuff. I'm watching, and there's a show on the telly just now, and it's a woman doing this sort of story and in the background there's Beyonce music, and most of the theatre is crowded with women. Now, I went to see Dirty Dancing, okay? I like Dirty Dancing, I must admit, I dance to all the songs. As soon as the music comes on the dance floor, I'm up there and I'm got baby up there, and I copied all the moves and stuff like that. So I would go to the show, and yes, it's full with women. And now, as you know, I celebrate all women. I made a video about it. And the world is changing and stuff like that, and I've told you to watch suffragate or something about the women movement in Britain, and how women are now they're not quite there yet, but getting equilibrium with men. But there's sometimes as I'm watching this show and seeing there's more women, see by doing this, by doing all this stuff and what's happening in the world today, male and females, I feel are just getting totally separated by it, and it doesn't help when feminists come out with posts like and attacking somebody like Wonder Woman. And there was one mention, one person was complaining, don't tell me Wonder Woman, who's meant to be a role model for women, is having a sort of relationship with a man, a metro sort of man. I wish I could find the post. It was on Facebook. So she's and she is demanding to boycott the film because she believes that Wonder Woman isn't representing women. And I'm like, I'm scratching my head, and I'm just dumbfounded. And as I said before in my other videos, what is the woman that you want to be represented by you? What's the ideal woman that you're going for? Is it a chubby? Is it a plumber? I mean, it's a fictional character, and she's meant to symbolise everything that can be good in a woman: attractiveness, cleverness, and everything else. She doesn't have big boobies and whatnot, and she's, so it's not like they're trying to be, look at these two mamas and papas. I just don't. Uh, anyway, so that was a tweet that she's somehow beholden to Steve Trevor, and that's why it's not. Listen, the film is set during World War, and the wartime, and it's a time when there was sexist happening, and that's why it's a good time for Wonder Woman to be about, so it can educate the younger generation of how sort of women were looked upon. There was another tweet that was trying to say about the it's trying to be like Marvel, which I knew was somebody was going to tweet it. Or the humour wasn't really good, and it seemed that it was forced, and the action whatever. This is and I'm thinking, have you watched any Marvel films with all of the humour, with the Age of Ultron and everything else? Most of that feels forced. It was just basically humour, humour, humour. It's not trying to catch. And the fact, so that was one side of it, but majority of tweets, majority of reports coming back, it's overshadowing any of the negatives. But of course, somebody still likes to post that one wee tweet or one wee comment of hatred towards the DCU. It's also highlighted, what's buzzing just now is the fact that Patty Jenkins is doing good, and I've said this in the last video. That's a catchphrase for me. I've said this in the last. It's just because I know some of you follow my videos, and it seems like I'm repeating myself. But I always say this because there might be someone else watching it. I'll just make you aware that I have said these things before. But the main thing that they're talking about is Patty Jenkins, and somehow she's done a great job and everything else. And that Zack Snyder's moved to a side, and everybody is still forgetting. I mean, you can Google it, you can go to IMDb or whatever, the Wikipedia, and look on who's made the film, and you'll see producer Jeff Johns, Zack Snyder. You'll see the story by Zack Snyder. They've also collaborated. They've also worked together on the film. So it's just, and I'm just reading. What's this? Screen Rant. Okay, so here's something you can look up. It's why Wonder Woman's success isn't Zack Snyder's failure. And of course, so I read these sort of stuff, and I don't know if I should read it all out to you. But I'll read one bit of it. Zack Snyder's vision for the DCEU hasn't failed. By this point, we're not interested in defending the DCEU, since it truthfully doesn't need defenders in the face of critical consciousness, branding the DCEU's films and direction as, at best, unsuccessful. The audience and box office appear to disagree. Even with the hyperbolic online conversation surrounding the latest releases, the review associates of DCEU films have averaged out to good, but not outstanding, and earned an average of more than 700 million each, and the public interest in new DCEU films, or the talent lining up to join it, has taken a hit. We haven't seen it yet. So all these bad stuff that's been happening, or it's supposed to be happening, we've not seen any telltale signs of that. The critical community, the critics community showing a majority of negative voices isn't ideal for any studio, but the public interest, online conversation, and box office receipts have at least raised the question of how much that matters. Yes, Zack Snyder's vision of superhero cinematic language and reimagining of DC characters may rub many the wrong way, and may be seen as falling short of what modern superhero audience expect or deserve in the eyes of many critics. But judging by the actual numbers and data, it seems just as valid to suggest that the DCEU is finding and has found its audience. The audience may simply not be the same one targeted by the highly praised, family-friendly, brightly coloured superhero films being made by other studios, and in no uncertain terms Patty Jenkins' Wonder Woman won't succeed despite taking place in the universe Zack Snyder helped create. The positive reactions are a reflection of the film itself, or should be, which exists alongside what came before, clearly not forced to adhere to some overarching tone, attitude, or style tailored to its audience, which is actually what many hoped a shared movie universe would allow, as opposed to a line of direct sequence or spin-offs directed by the same creative team. Not actually too sure what a quarter of that actually meant, but I believe it to be positive. See, when you read it out aloud, you go, wait a minute, I've got to read that again. But then it goes on to, and you'll see it there, it says, next, how Snyder and Jenkins make the perfect pair. First and foremost, as effective for both of them as well as the production team, the studios surrounding the cast and audience, basically everyone wanting about. So anyway, you can check it out. Why Wonder Woman's success isn't Zack Snyder's failure, and it's got nothing to do with Zack Snyder. What I feel sorry for sometimes is Patty Jenkins is getting overlooked as a director, and the focus is either on Zack or something. And it's the two of them. It's a team effort. Patty Jenkins deserves praise. Zack Snyder deserves praise. The whole cast of the film, people behind the scenes, do a wee bit of, if you claim to be a critic, if you claim to be somebody on the know of movies, then do your research. Find out who's behind the scenes, who's making them. This is why I buy DVDs, because I love the extras. I watch the making of things. So do it before you review anything or make some sort of feminist statement. Why not check the character's backstory? Why not see the film of what it's meant to be and Wonder Woman saving mankind? Surely that's enough for feminism. Today, I've also seen the first TV spots on my Sky Planner. Brilliant. I also handed out some of the sticker albums and Wonder Woman DVD. But it's good to see it. It's already on the TV with the 4 stars. Now, what else was I going to mention? Somebody wrote in. Wait a minute, let's see if I can do this. Right. Fellow wrote in. I've got to now scroll to the very top of the Facebook pages. That's annoying. Right, here we go. Man of Steel. I'm going to look at my Facebook page now. Yes, I know I'm not one of these people that can just touch a computer. I'm not using a computer. I'm using Kindle, so I can't just I don't have a big green screen up behind me so you can see it. But somebody wrote in messages. Oh, and thanks very much for the comment and how there will always be trolls and stuff like that, and pages like me and Man of Steel fan gives hope will always be needed. Yep, thanks for that, and thanks for the comment as well about how people with, and I've somebody actually said this in work. So there's an old guy in my work, and he watches these, and I'm surprised he does, because it's not really up his street, but he's surprised how some people have got so many followers and most of them talk rubbish. But thanks for the comments about how it's the wrong people who've got the wrong followers. Anyway, you know who you are. Also, I like to thank you guys and girls out there that subscribe to the YouTube channel or the Facebook page. Shibin Sonawane sent in a picture, and it's about the terrorist, the hate Zack Snyder, and we've posted it on the page. His page is now being removed. It is Hack Snyder account was deleted today at 11 minutes. Thank you for taking the time to report something that you may feel go against the Facebook community standards. We've removed Hack Snyder's profile from Facebook. Hack Snyder's profile was restored. The photo that you reported might reappear. If this happens, please feel free to report it again. So, but at the very top it says, you anonymously reported Hack Snyder's photo for harassment. Zack Snyder's account was deleted. Well, that's a great news for you. Also sort of worries me about, how easy it is to maybe report someone and then it gets deleted, and it could be an innocent statement. That's the only worrying thing about that. Go on to the next message, and it is from Trex Gun. As a fan of Superman, it hurts me to see my favourite hero playing second to Batman. And I get this all the time on the page. And when I started, it was like all about Man of Steel Man of Steel. Then I thought there's only so much I can talk about the one movie. I want to expand out. Oh, by the way, I was in Waterstones today. I saw year 4 and year 5 and just says, I want to buy it. It's about £15, but for a book, even for a paperback. And then I seen all the sort of first volumes of Rebirth. I have £15 odd. That's, God, expensive stuff, these graphic novels. So yeah, back to as a fan of Superman, it hurts. Listen, he's not playing second tier. Superman is the reason why Batman gets so many good writers is because he's human, and because he's people can write so many stories, and because he's got all this big cast of baddies and stuff like that. But the problem that Superman had for a while was that he was very powerful. So thankfully now that most of the stories about Superman is internal, is what's going through his mind, and that is why Zack Snyder has given us a very emotional Superman. And we've had audience say, I didn't know, I just thought Superman was a big boy, a blue Boy Scout, whatever, and I didn't know there was so many depths to the character. So thanks Zack Snyder for that. But it's also very hard to make a film with a guy as powerful as Superman, and to get a villain in its way. But he's not playing. But in this way, he's not playing second fiddle, because in this universe, if you think about it, he's had Man of Steel came out. Okay, he took on, three people with the same powers, right, to the death and whatnot. And then out came Batman v Superman, and we see him sacrificing his life, saving Batman, sacrificing his life to take down Doomsday. So that's him playing a major role in that. And then in the third film, which according to all reports, there's a lot of the film that even references Superman, that talks about Superman and his sacrifice. And then you're going to have one of the biggest rebirths, you're going to have the biggest comeback in superhero history, right? Nothing like this has been done before at this sort of scale, and so that's going to be big. So he's not playing second tier. Also in Justice League, and I think Zack Snyder said something along the same lines, as if Superman was here, they probably wouldn't have much of to do much fighting. First of all, when they're trying to start up the team, if he was there, everything would be like Saved by Superman, and he's been portrayed that way sometimes in comic books and games, where Superman doesn't want his friends to get hurt, so he takes on everybody. Okay, but having him out of the picture for a wee while, having him out of the picture, and having them to try and survive on their own. And we know that the Justice League is powerful and they can do these things on their own. Superman is like the Hulk. Okay? For me, I'm not going to say that famous line again, but we all know in the Avengers, if Iron Man and Captain America and the rest weren't there, but it was just Hulk, Hulk would just deal with them, no bother. Get the baddie, bang, 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 bang. That's it. So you need some sort of threat, some sort of menace, So for having the team to go on alone and then probably talk about Superman and what probably he meant to them. There's even people hinting that he saved, that Aquaman saved Superman with the whales in the first Man of Steel. So no, he's still playing a good role, but there's also the chance that they're also revisiting Batman because it's played by another actor, Ben Affleck, and they want to go and show what that character can be like, because all we've seen of that character of Batman is a troubled soul. We want to see Batman when his head is screwed on right. That some people didn't understand that when they saw Batman v Superman. They say, oh, that isn't our Batman. Well, then you're going to get a movie to explain that. And then when Justice League comes out, you're going to see the Superman probably. I mean, there's hints that there's speculation saying he's going to be a bad Superman. Hopefully not too long, if that's the case. Lois Lane is the key, said by Flash. But there's talks about Man of Steel 2. There's rumours about Brainiac, people wanting these certain villains. So no, he's not playing second tier. He's a big god of, he's the top man of all superheroes. Stan Lee is his favourite superhero. Okay, when it comes to superheroes, the person up the top, even between DC and Marvel, Superman is the ultimate superhero. But unfortunately, having that amount of power, having been at the top, just means it's harder to make relatable stories, because he can withstand, because this is a guy that can push planets, basically, But to have somebody on the screen that can get hurt and very easily and make mistakes, that's something else. Flash, as I say, Flash is going to be hard to do. I just watched an episode of Flash there when he runs up the side of the building and then vibrates so he can go through a helicopter and get the guy out on the other side. So if a guy can do that, and then, you don't need even DC Legends of Tomorrow with the speedster. As soon as he appears, the rest of them are buggered. It doesn't matter what sort of fighting style that they have. The buggered. Flash is there. So yeah, it's very, very hard to take, and it's not through any sort of or any sort of idea of, this hero is better than that hero will get money. No, it all just comes down to vulnerability. But in the eyes, we all know that Superman's top up there, and as I say, we get a Man of Steel 2 movie. There's talks about him with Shazam fighting it out and stuff like that. Okay, you've got what Zack Snyder's done. He's made him sort of grounded with the emotions and stuff like that. And with Shazam, we may even see him getting beaten a wee bit, so he becomes more vulnerable. And the more vulnerable Superman can become, or seen, or because he got killed, then there is that fear of what can happen to Superman. But if he's just unbeatable, then there isn't much of a story there. So thanks to Zack and stuff, we do have a vulnerable Superman that can be attacked mentally and do foolish things that we saw in the nightmare sequences. He can go bad. So that is all great character-driven characteristics of the man, and now we can paint him as what everybody believes him to be, a total beacon of light and stuff. And as I say, you've seen him in Batman v Superman. He's thought of as a god, and he's a wee bit uncomfortable with that. That's again showing the characteristics, and that's again showing him how vulnerable Man of Steel is. And now that you know he's vulnerable, now you can make better films of him. That is just my take on that. As I say, great stuff. Wonder Woman coming out. It's going to build up great hope for Justice League. And as I say, when you see Justice League and all the fans of Wonder Woman, they're all going to go into that. But again, just avoid those feminists, because there's no pleasing them. Okay, there is no pleasing anybody. They are, that there was, you have men, women, feminists, and what would be the male equivalent? Sexist, basically. Alright, you got the males, then you have males that are sexist, or something like that. Then you have feminists, and then you have, so you've got four different types. You've got men that believe that women should know their place. Then you've got normal men. Then you've got women. Then you've got feminists. Okay, and they're just no pleasing either side. Okay, well, I hope this has helped you. Thanks again. Please keep sending me your messages to the page or whatever. Please like our page. Please share the page out there. Please share the videos or whatever. Thanks for your support. And be positive out there. Thanks very much.